Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome everybody to Small Town Big Gays. We are the gays who are too big for how small of a city this is, because Eau Claire is now the 7th largest city in the state. We surpassed Waukesha, I guess. Saw that on the news today. So I'm Chance.
I'm Travis. And we're looking to, if the growth keeps going, to outbeat, I think Oshkosh is is 6th maybe?
I think so. It's either Oshkosh or Appleton.
Yeah, we're looking to maybe beat them out soon.
Yeah. What if Eau Claire becomes in the top? If we break top 5, do we have to change the name of the podcast?
No, we'll never change it.
Yeah.
It'll still be a city.
True.
Or wait, what are we? Small town big gays, not small city. It's still a town.
Small
I don't know.
city big gays doesn't have the same ring to it, you know?
No. And I think we established earlier that we're from smaller towns.
Yes.
So
yeah.
We just live in a city now.
You know, we did the gay flight to the bigger city, but on a much, much smaller scale.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's up? What's popping? What's the haps? What's the 411? What's the hot goss?
Everything's good.
Everything's great.
Everything's perfect.
I feel like my voice sounds weird. Can you hear? Do I sound like kind of scratchy, a little sick maybe?
Yeah, it's disturbing.
I think it's from, I had another cabin weekend this past weekend.
Yeah.
And it was a bro weekend. Tom and I went up to my buddy's cabin. Hi, Jake. He listens. We went up to Jake's cabin and did some beers and some beer darts and some stuff. And I smoked so many cigarettes. And I think we're hearing the consequences of that right now.
Love that for you.
Yeah, it was great.
Beer darts.
Beer darts.
Sounds fun.
We should play sometime. You would hate it.
Yep. Thank you. Anything that has to do with beer, I'm pretty much not interested in.
Well, you could do like a mocktail darts, like one of those canned mocktails.
Sure.
Because you put it in between your feet and then you throw darts at each other.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
Pretty dangerous.
I'm not really worried about the danger as much as that just sounds really boring.
No, it's pretty fun.
Okay.
What do you want to talk about today?
I have a couple things I want to talk about. One, I want to talk about my high school reunion that happened this weekend.
Oh.
And another thing I would like to talk about is gay cheerleaders.
Gay cheerleaders.
Or men cheerleaders too. They don't have to be gay specifically, but just male and cheerleading.
You know, it's a little fruity.
Mm-hmm.
No offense.
No offense to the
3 straight male cheerleaders that are out there.
Yeah, there's been quite the controversy with the Minnesota Vikings hiring on 2 male cheerleaders to their team this year, to the NFL team.
I did not hear about that. I thought there were just male cheerleaders sometimes.
I think in like competitive cheer and like college level cheer, It's very normal. I don't think it is in NFL. And I don't know if there's any other. I think there are a couple other teams that have maybe. But I think the Vikings might be the first team to like have 2 and then to also like bring them in simultaneously in a new year without having previous male people.
Sounds like the yassification of the NFL. And I'm just going to say it's working. I might watch the Viking games now.
Yeah, I have a couple thoughts on it, of course, because I'm a white man and I have to put my 2 cents in.
You're not just a white man.
Welcome.
You're a white man with a podcast.
Yeah, I'm the worst.
Yeah.
Kind of human being.
The only thing we have going for us in this scenario is that we're 2 gay white men with a podcast.
Yeah, it's the only thing that makes us unique, really.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we should not have this.
No.
But we maybe shouldn't have it anyways. But here we are. Maybe
let's see how the next few weeks turn out.
Maybe we'll give up just exactly 1 year into it.
November 15th. That's when we'll give up.
If you don't start commenting on our shit, we will quit.
Yep.
Oh, that could be our slogan. Comment on our shit or we will quit.
We will quit.
Male cheerleaders.
Male cheerleaders.
So, of course, the conservies are all up in their tidy bundies and pretending that liberals are the people who are always upset about something and whining and complaining about mundane things. But God forbid a male cheerleader get involved and then we can threaten to get rid of our season tickets and talk about how the sanctity of cheerleading and women's sports is now up for jeopardy. And there's some poor girl who had her dreams stripped of her because they had to put a male on there for diversity.
And you know they're not actually upset that a male is on there. They're upset that there isn't like an 18-year-old girl with big breasts that they can stare at.
That's exactly what it is.
That's
They
what
are
they're
not
mad
upset
about.
that there's a male. They're upset. They're not feeling sorry for that poor girl who didn't get the spot. They are upset because they want to hypersexualize women and they want to look at them as objects and not as entertainers. And then what this is doing is making them have to look at them as entertainers for what they are versus just a sexual object for them to gawk at.
90% of straight male football fans, when you are watching the cheerleaders, you are not watching them because you are impressed by the gymnastics or the dancing or the coordination. You're watching them because they're wearing skimpy little outfits with their midriff out and little mini skirts. And don't get me wrong, I love a skimpy outfit, love a little mini skirt, love a hot woman. I'll just admit it. I'm not watching for the cheerleading.
Yeah.
I'm watching because they're hot people dancing. And you know why I'm watching the male cheerleader? Because he's a hot person dancing.
I am watching for talent.
That doesn't surprise me.
And hair. I like to watch to see if I can clock the tracks.
What does that mean? The extensions?
The extensions in the hair.
Oh, and can you often clock the extensions?
Mm-hmm. I think it's pretty amazing because, like, let's just be honest. Like, if you have ever dabbled in any sort of entertainment, like with dancing or gymnastics or just like any kind of entertainment that requires you to be in costume or just anything, it's already hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult. So I have nothing but respect for the female cheerleaders and what they do because I know they are athletes and actually work really fucking hard. And also to become an NFL cheerleader, I feel like you have to like
a lot of
really,
goddamn work and a lot of talent.
It's exhausting. I feel like really exhausting. And I'm pretty sure they probably don't get paid shit.
I'm actually I feel like they probably get paid less than you think they do, but more.
I don't think they could like live off of it. I think they all have regular jobs. I would
know.
think. I don't know. We should research this again. Maybe doing research before speaking, but.
No, if there's like an important update, I'll cut it in right here. Update. It's like 22 grand a year. It's not enough money. No.
I'm okay enough to say that I can guarantee you they're not getting paid what they should be paid or what they deserve. I think that should be the conversation we're having is that they're not getting paid enough. I think the conversation we should be having is the objectifying of women. And then there was like some comments, which like, I shouldn't read the comments and that's the thing, but you know, I can't help myself.
I can't either.
And people just saying like, they wouldn't let a woman on the football team. And it's just like, again, that's also a problem too. Like, it's just, there's just problem after problem of layered after layered of issues.
And I think there are some women on NFL teams. I think they're only able to be kickers, or that might be a high school college thing. Maybe it's not in the NFL, but hey, it's me again. Women can be on NFL teams. There just aren't any women on NFL teams, and women are on college teams, but usually are punters and kickers. However, there's one woman who was the first woman to play in an NCAA game who was safety, whatever that means. The point is, they're not upset because they care so much about the sanctity of cheerleading.
Yeah.
They're upset because they want a young woman to objectify.
And it seems like from what I've gathered from at least from social media stuff is like most of the team members are very happy to have the males on there and they're loving it. Their fellow cohorts. It adds
a new layer, someone to toss you higher or something.
I don't think they can toss in
Can they not toss
NFL cheerleading.
We used to be a country. Now I'm mad. Not because of the male cheerleaders, but because there's no tossing.
Yeah, we don't want people to sue and get hurt nowadays.
Well, don't be bad at it.
I don't know. Talk to the NFL about it. But I think also one of the males is the captain of the NFL cheer squad as well. So I think there's that. So then that tells me they must have worked really hard.
Yeah.
To get where they're at.
Yeah, it takes a lot of talent and a lot of athleticism to do those things.
We're saying. And then like you have the people who are obviously in support of it, but we're like just being silly and being like, the only thing I'm upset about is they don't get to wear the cute boots that the girls wear.
That's fair.
So yeah, that's an interesting thing. And then it just brings up the conversation in a roundabout way about trans athletes, which I think is always a really amusing conversation to have with people because it is very polarizing. And I think even very polarizing within the queer community as well. because I think a lot of society has, how do I say this? I think there's a lot of queer people, in particular queer white men, the worst.
Sorry.
Two of the worst, that feel this abrupt need to blend. I don't know if blend in with society is the right wording, but like this like feeling like they have to be hyper masculine and like they're like, I'm not into femme guys and I'm not femme myself, and that makes me so unique and cool in the community. Like, cool.
Hashtag not like the other gays.
Yeah, it's like, and they feel this need to like get approval from like especially like conservative people to be like, I'm not like them. I don't wear crop tops, and I think that drag queens reading to kids is grooming, and I think that pride parades are so silly, and like, why are you wearing nails when I'm attracted to a man? And it's like, pop off, sis. You are really proving your point here. Like, cool. You are just proving that like you feel this need to fit into societal norms of what masculine and femininity is and whatever. But like, again, if that's what you like, if you have a particular preference and whatever, like, cool, I guess. But like to sit and like belittle someone who is that to like fit in or like get acceptance by straight people, it's such a weird, gross thing to me.
I saw a TikTok on this subject a couple days ago, and it was a conservative gay white male, shocker, who was talking about how, you know, why does the government need to force inclusion? Why does gay marriage need to be made legal? I'm gay and I get by on, you know, I bring so much to the table that they want me at the table. And that's how I think all gay people should be. And it's like, so you are proving the best little boy in the world theory, which is that I'm going to butcher this, by the way. So maybe I'll stitch, you know, if I post this on the TikToks or whatever, I'll stitch the video I'm talking about. But best little boy in the world theory is like it's something that I think a lot of queer people suffer from, where you feel the need to overachieve so hard to gain like even a small amount of the acceptance that a quote unquote normal, like a straight person, gets automatically just by existing. And that's what that's what people like that are. It's like you're trying so hard to be like, oh, look at me, I'm not like them, I'm blah blah blah, just to get an amount of respect that still pales in comparison to as much respect as you would get automatically being born straight.
Yeah, I think I went through a phase of feeling that way myself, especially I think like when I think I went through like, I feel like maybe it's a common thing for maybe queer people or like maybe just queer men. I don't know. Maybe we need to get some lesbians' opinions on this, and we need to get some more queer women involved in the podcast, which we are working on. But I lived my life trying to hide from everything that would like point me out as like obviously queer, because I didn't want to come out. To then like when I finally braved coming out, then it was like me trying to do everything to like embrace my queerness, like in stereotypical ways. Like I was obsessed with Hello Kitty and I wanted everything pink and I wanted to do drag and I wanted to like I wanted to have my nails painted and I grew my hair out and like did all this like really stupid bullshit to like prove, like it wasn't to prove, but it was just like, it was like a way for me to express my femininity in a way that I had like
the opportunity to before. Yeah,
I've like hid it away for so long that I was like, now I just threw it all up in one like fall swoop. And then like once I like thought about it and I was like calmed down, I was like, okay, I'm actually really not into like, I mean, I think Hello Kitty's cute and adorable, but I'm not really like, I don't want my room decorated in Hello Kitty.
I was just trying to imagine your house if it was all Hello Kitty themed.
My bedroom when I first came out was definitely all Hello Kitty stuff. It was a wild ride.
Incredible. My comforter freshman year of college was Star Wars, which I specifically like wanted.
Yeah.
I still got laid a pretty good amount freshman year. Can you believe that? I can't. Anyway.
I still need to see a picture of you with hair at that time, and then I'll be able to make further decisions about.
I think the best I can do is sophomore year or junior year.
That's fine.
Junior year. I think I can give you a junior year picture.
Okay. But yeah, then I went into like just being comfortable being myself and whatever that means and looks like. But I also know that I would never be the type to be like mass presenting or give a shit about like being mask passing. I don't like give a shit about that. Like I just, I wear a handbag. I care about how I look. I don't know. Anyways, what I'm saying is that I don't like a lot of people.
Yeah. I think that's the main theme of this podcast is like so much stuff annoys us.
Yes. And as white males, we deserve to have a microphone to complain about what we want to complain about.
At least we're complaining about gay shit. Yeah. Again, that's our pass.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I want to say, going back to like trans athletes.
Yes.
Especially at the high school level, my big thing, what does it fucking matter? Let these kids have fun and play their fucking sports. Just let them be. None of it matters. None of it matters. You're going to peak in high school, probably. Most of you athletes. You're going to peak in high school and then you're going to get old and fat like the rest of us. And it's going to be great. But like...
You also could be fat already.
Maybe. And you maybe are a great athlete. Fat people are capable of being good athletes.
Depends on the sport. Shot put.
I threw shot.
They're great at throwing shit. Fat people. I wouldn't know, but I've heard.
Anyway, trans kids in sports. Why do you give a shit? Just let these kids enjoy their fucking childhood. But you're not letting the other kids enjoy their fucking childhood because they have to compete with these transgender. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's high school sports. The world is dying.
People are dying, Kim. I actually saw a really great TikTok. I think I did favorite it, and I'll send it to you that you can maybe stitch it. But it just had like really interesting facts about like trans athletes, and like the numbers are so ridiculous. But it's just literally at the end of the day, what it comes down to is just Republican way of fear mongering people, just have something to put the attention on, so that we're not paying attention to the real issues,
which is everything that the Republicans are doing in government.
Yep,
That's what it comes down to is they need a straw man so that they can say, look over here and not at all this shady shit we're doing. It works.
And it's like, I understand too. Like, I feel like most of the time the conversation happens around trans athletes as in male to female, not female to male.
You never hear about the female to male
because it's misogynistic at the end of the day. And then it also like, I try and come at it from an understanding of the female perspective too, of like how deeply run misogyny is, and like understanding that like where they're coming from of like having males now invading their spaces. And like, I get where their concern and their fear comes from within that, but I think they just don't understand truly what's happening. So like, it's one of those things where I am trying to be like two things at once, like both understanding the female perspective of misogyny and how that happens, and trying to have them keep their spaces to feel safe, because they don't have, I mean, really at the end of the day, they don't have spaces. And if you listen to females, which most men don't, because they're too busy trying to hear themselves talk about what affects them and have a podcast about it, that they don't listen to females. And so I'm trying to listen to more females and understand their perspectives on things and the fear. And I think it's sometimes easier for queer people to understand more where women are coming from. Not necessarily, obviously we'll never understand it because I'm not a woman, so I won't get it. And that's okay. I don't need to fully understand everything, but to be listening to what they go through, and the fear of that kind of stuff. So like, I can understand the uncomfortableness of just trying to find a safe space for them. So I'm open to that conversation. but also like obviously I'm going to 100% support my trans people and what safety they need and the things that they need as well. But yeah, it's a scary world.
Wasn't there one trans athlete that the media was making? I mean, not the media, the Republicans were making a big deal about, and then they came in like 6th?
Leah, I want to say Leah Thompson, but that's like an actress, but I think it's Leah something. They were a swimmer.
And they were a swimmer, and then they came in 6th, and it's like, okay, so you were mad, and they weren't that good.
Yeah. I don't think they've ever like really won anything. They were just, I mean, they were like a decent athlete, but they weren't great when they were scoring in men's thing, but they also like haven't been that great in the women's stuff, but they're just a little bit better in the women. So then therefore they have taken that and ran with it and just been ridiculous.
I'm just so sick of everything.
Yeah, it can get exhausting.
Yeah.
Maybe we're just exhausted right now.
Maybe we are just exhausted, but you know what? The world is exhausting, and that's why you have to find fun outlets like a podcast. Even if you are two white, cis-ish men.
Why do you say ish and look at me?
Because sometimes you say you're fluid.
Well, I am.
Make up your goddamn mind. I'm kidding.
Just because I have facial hair now, you think that I'm identifying as passable now?
Yep.
I just want to know what it's like to break stuff. I don't know. Isn't that what guys do? They just break stuff, don't they?
They punch holes in walls sometimes.
They're just dumb.
Yeah. Guys are dumb.
Break stuff and act cool.
Here's actually a really good question. Has there ever been a Has there ever been a gay man who has like punched a hole in the wall out of anger? I'm sure there has, obviously, but like, is it that common of an occurrence as it is in straight culture? Because straight people do it a lot because men are told that they can't feel their feelings and that anger and violence are acceptable outlets for any feeling that they're, any adversity or any feeling that they have. So they punch walls, often when they're drunk. However, sometimes you just punch a wall when you're drunk for fun, and it's not out of anger. I get the urge to karate chop stuff.
I have never punched anything.
It's because you're not a violent person. You're a sweet little baby angel.
True.
Cherubic. Is that the word? Like a cherub? Cherubic?
What the hell did you call me?
Cherub.
That sounds racist.
Fair enough.
I am a sweet little baby, gorgeous angel, in the words of Lisa Barlow.
Beautiful little, gorgeous little angel. I have a complete tangent. So what else do you want to talk about gay-wise?
We can go on your tangent.
Okay, speaking of racism, there's been a new trend on the internet of calling robots clankers.
Okay.
And it's making me feel conflicted.
Okay.
Because as we know, I hate robots. I hate AI, all that stuff. I have been thinking lately, if I were to fully embrace AI, do you know how powerful I would be? Which is why I'm not going to do it. Well, no, that's not why I'm going to do it. How powerful I could become if I used AI stuff, I think is offset by the fact that I have morals and stand for something and have been very public about my hatred for AI. So it would be very embarrassing for me to start using AI. Anyway, people on the internet have started calling robots clankers. It's fun because I hate robots. It also feels like it is just them. They mean the N-word when they say it, but they're saying it at robots.
Clankers.
I don't know. It's something like, maybe I should bleep clankers out in this episode every time.
Do the robots get emotional about it being called it?
No, but it's like just the way that some people say it. I don't know. It's hard to describe.
What would you do if you hurt a robot's feelings? Would you
care.
Feel bad?
Wouldn't care. They're not people.
Well, you feel bad when you hurt an animal's feelings.
Ooh, they're animals.
Okay, well, a robot's a robot. What's the difference?
Fuck them.
Robots can understand more than animals can.
Can they? My cats know their names.
A robot knows its name.
Does it?
I would think so.
Well,
I've never had an experience with one, though, so.
Yeah, so you're speaking out of turn.
No, I'm just speaking out of asking questions that you don't like.
So you're a clanker apologist.
No, I'm a clanker, don't know anything, or...
Then why'd you use the racist term against robots if you're so pro clanker?
I just said I was using it in context.
Oh, sure.
How do I know you're not a robot? How do you know I'm not a robot? What if I was a robot this whole time and you never knew? What if I just malfunctioned right now and short-circuited in front of you?
If you were a robot, I would honestly be very impressed at the olfactory portion of your build. Because when you're in the dressing room in full drag, girl, that big floofy thing, the floofy cover-up, that thing stinks.
Wow.
Sorry.
Okay, well, that was just a read I wasn't ready for today.
It'd be impressive for them to
What's
build
it smell
in,
like?
I mean, sweat.
Really bad?
Not like bad.
That needs to be Febrezed.
It needs to be Febreze. It could use a good Febreze.
Okay, well, it was sitting in a basement too, which doesn't help.
No. It's a lot of must too. A lot of must and musk. Mm.
Noted. Thank you for that.
It's only because sometimes I put it on and wear it around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, also, real friends tell people those things so then they can address them too sometime.
It doesn't stink that bad.
Clearly it did, because you felt the need to bring it up and embarrass me in front of
all of our friends.
All of my friends. You don't have any friends?
I don't have any friends.
How do you like that?
I don't have any friends. I just have my 3 cats and my husband.
It's a sad, sad world you live in.
It really is.
Speaking of friends, I spent the weekend with a few of mine for my 20th high school reunion.
Yes. How was that?
It was good. So my best friend from high school worked at the movie theater in town. And so in high school, I'd get to go to all the new movies when they came out and go to them as many times as I wanted, which was a very lovely perk. So at the time in high school, I was obsessed with Lindsay Lohan, like just obsessed.
So did you go to like Freaky Friday 27 times?
Freaky Friday, not as much, because that was at the beginning of him getting the job at the movie theater. But Mean Girls definitely went at least 9 times. Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen. We were, in fact, speeding to make sure we didn't miss the movie when it came out that night. Got pulled over.
Cool. Did you miss the movie?
No, because turns out we were the only 2 who wanted to go see it. So they waited to play it till we got there.
Aw.
Sad for everyone involved.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was hugely obsessed with Lindsay Lohan. So it was just pretty ironic that Freakier Friday would be coming out right around the time of the 20th reunion. And so we went together and it was cute. I enjoyed it. I think if you're a Lindsay Lohan fan, you will enjoy it. And if you are expecting much more than what you were expecting from the first Freaky Friday, you will be disappointed because it's just a silly, corny Disney movie.
That's exactly what it should be.
Yeah. So it was great. Loved it.
Freaky Friday. Lindsay Lohan, I'm glad that she is having her little renaissance.
Yeah, she looks great too.
She looks phenomenal. Good for her. Hope Amanda Bynes has a great life. Do you remember Amanda Bynes?
Of course I do.
We've talked about her on the pod before, I think. Could have possibly been the greatest comedic mind of a generation, if not for all the shit she was put through. And now she's just kind of living her best life, and good for her.
Yeah.
Amanda Bynes, if you're watching this, I wish you the best.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you. But Lindsay Lohan, she's doing great.
Yeah.
She's back at it. I would like to see the Parent Trap sequel.
Yeah, be interesting.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Maybe they'll just redo all of her movies.
Yeah. Like a 40-year-old Lindsay Lohan. I think, yeah, let's just remake Parent Trap, 40-year-old Lindsay Lohan playing 2 11-year-old girls.
Interesting.
Okay, high school reunion. So did you go and drag like you were thinking about?
I did not.
Oh.
I decided not to because 1, I just didn't have time. And 2, I just wanted to go and I think blend in a little bit more than stick out. Yeah, it was a really interesting event because in high school, I was like social, but not overly social. Like I talked to a lot of people, but I wasn't close with a lot of people. I had like my few people that I was really close with, and I've like remained close with them throughout all the years, even up to this date. But I was just like a really fucking weird kid. And not like in a traditional weird, like Star Wars playing freak like you. I
did other stuff, magician, ukulele.
Yeah, like typical weird kid stuff.
Other stuff.
I was weird. This one girl came up to me and goes, I was looking for the notes you used to write me. And I was like, just like my same old sarcastic self where I'd write her notes and be like, hey, you fat bitch. Like, just like stuff like that. There was one girl that told me like I drew a picture of a cow taking a shit and saying the shit was her. And yeah,
You've always been a bully.
Yeah, I've always been just like a weird bully. Yeah, just really.
Were they like resentful about it now, or
no? They like thought it was funny
okay?
Then, and like think it's funny now because I was just always like a sarcastic weird bully, like not actually like trying to make people cry, but just being like, you're a fat bitch, but like I would hope you'd call me a fat bitch back as well, you know, like that kind of a bully. So yeah, that was interesting. I felt good about how I looked. There was some roughness there. So I think, you know, you can chalk up being queer to that. I think we hold like a standard to ourselves.
I was actually thinking about the same thing because I stumbled across one of my high school friends on Facebook and like doesn't look bad, but I mean, looks like a father with 3 children nearing 30. And, I saw some pictures and he still hangs out with a bunch of people that we went to high school with, and like glad they're still in contact. That's great for them. Think it's kind of funny that, they all hang out and still talk to each other, but they're actively all getting uglier and I'm actively getting hotter. So who's winning? It's me. It's definitely me.
Yeah. A lot of it just like, honestly, I think like even Christian said it, when he was here, and we've said it many times of like, even though you don't mean to, you unintentionally like put yourself around other people that are like you or like minded like you, and you kind of create this bubble in your own way. And like that reunion like kind of forced me to be outside of my bubble with a lot of people who I have like really nothing in common with, of like, yeah, they're married, they have kids, they do their like factory jobs, or like they're, you know, like I'm an architect, or I'm a doctor, or I'm a whatever they are. And it just seems so boring to me.
Yeah.
I just like, it just makes me so glad that I like live a life that I live where like I genuinely love my career. I get to be creative. I get to be expressive. I get to do drag. I get to travel whenever I want to travel. I'm not like tied down. I do like lots of fun things. I pursue my passions where I just don't, I think like 80% of them don't do that. They might like, their jobs are fine, but I don't think they're like passionate about it. I think it pays the bills.
And there's plenty of straight people who are passionate about their job and happy with their whatever, but you know, most of them I'm going to say aren't.
Yeah. And I mean, reversely said, there's probably queer people that are also in that position too. But yeah, I don't know. I felt good leaving there. I felt good about myself. One thing I did not feel good about is, this is a little bit of some vulnerability for the podcast today. Of a while ago, I had thought I was dealing with a hemorrhoid, and it was very painful and very awful experience. Starting around the time when I was in Europe.
And you talked about it at the reunion?
No, even worse.
Okay.
So I thought I had a hemorrhoid, and it was just really awfully painful. And I think it was like, with like my diet and then traveling and all this stuff, it caused this problem. So I went to the GI doctor because I was like, this is not fun in any way, shape, or form. And turns out it was just a fissure, which is like a pretty common thing. It happens.
I have one right now.
Yeah, I had to get some cream. And, you know, the doctor that was there, I thought she looked familiar. But, you know, whatever. I know people from all walks of life. So yeah, definitely had to stick her finger up my ass to see what was going on in there. And not something I don't root around in there often. So it was a little traumatic for me to have that happen. And, you know, she just went in full force and felt around. So that was just a lot to take in that day. Well, you know, I'm sitting at my reunion and in walks my doctor. She and I went to high school together. And I was like, that's why you looked familiar, because we went to high school together.
Did you say anything to her?
yeah, I said, hey, just wanted to let you know. I know I was supposed to follow up in an email to let you know if everything's okay. I just forgot to, but I'm here to tell you it's feeling good. No, I didn't say anything to her. I avoided her like the plague.
Yeah, that's
because we also like we weren't friends in high school anyway. So it's like, what would I walk up to her and be like, hey, it's really good to see you. Do you want to violate HIPAA?
Don't you tell anyone.
You want to violate HIPAA right now and I'll sue you?
Yeah.
No. So that was just a little awkward story. Yeah. So got fingered by one of my classmates again.
Love that. Love that for you.
Also, my middle school crush was there because he was, I would say, like my first gay awakening in person. Of like, I mean, I think we as queer people have like gay awakenings in like pop culture and film and things. But I just remember this particular boy in middle school in 6th grade, because it was the first time you were in the locker room to change around other people in middle school is when that happens. And we were all like, had not hit puberty yet. But this particular boy had hit puberty and had chance level body hair on his body. And a large penis, and he was not ashamed of his body and body hair and his large penis, which rightfully so when everyone else is a little child next to you. Oh my God, he didn't live too far from me, and he rode my bus, and I had the biggest crush on this guy. I was obsessed with him. Saw him at the reunion, and he was a drunken mess, passed out. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
The one that got away.
Would I still hook up with him? Absolutely.
Still hot?
No.
But you just do it for the...
I would just do it for the glory
for
of
the plot.
Knowing I did it. Yeah.
Nice.
I live my life through thinking like it's going to be a movie like Romeo and Michelle's High School Reunion. Like I think that that's how my life is. And I kind of feel like I maybe have had some accuracies in that, but it makes me think of that movie when she was obsessed with Billy, the athlete guy, and then she sees him at the reunion and he's like wasted and like just puked everywhere, and he's like, I'm gonna hook up with you, and he's got like puke on like running down his face, and I was like, that literally could have been me, and I could have made it happen. But he did have his wife there who kept checking up on him every once in a while he was passed out outside. And
oh, that poor woman.
But
that poor woman.
Yeah, I don't know if I feel sorry for her, because I feel like they live a party life, and I think that's what they like. But you know, good for them.
Good for them.
It did make me think of how the first boy I ever hooked up with when I was in 8th grade was like another similar situation of like, he had developed, I was a late puberty hitter. So he had developed into me, like he had the most giant penis I'd ever seen. Not as giant as the other boy, but still pretty decent size for an 8th grader. And then later in life, when I started doing drag, I had met up with him. And so we were like probably 24, 25, and we were at a house party together, and we hooked up in the bathroom again. And then I remember being like, oh my God, it's actually really not that big. It was just big at the time, but it's really not that big. So now I really have to know if this other guy's penis is that big, or if I just had never seen anything past like a pubertal, I don't know the word. Pubescent. There we go. Child. That's so gross. But anyways, so that's my new mission, is to find out if this man has an actual large penis. I feel like I could maybe just ask his wife and she'd just tell me.
Probably. You've got a lot of power as a gay man.
Yeah. So that's my new goal, is to find out this man's penis size. And I can also talk about that other guy's penis size being small because he's dead now.
Yes, you told me.
Yeah.
You told this story on the pod.
They had a nice memoriam to him at the
cute.
The thing. And also, you can leave this story in or out. I don't really care. I'm sure this person may listen, but there was a particular classmate who we have talked about on the pod before, doing some pretty evil, heinous things, ending up in jail for them. They had all of our senior pictures there, and then people were like signing next to it. Mine wasn't there because I was left out of the yearbook quite a few years for some odd reason. I think someone had a vendetta against me.
Gay.
I don't know. We'll call it that, but definitely was left out of, especially the senior yearbook. I think also the sophomore yearbook, maybe the junior was. I was in the freshman for sure.
Are you sure you were at the right high school reunion?
Yes, because I was in the big class picture. But anyways, this particular person did not have their picture in the thing, but they drew like a smiley face picture of them and signed their name randomly on the board. And this person notoriously has accused me of being the first person ever to call them a and I stand behind it and have called them a since, because they are. And I thought it would be really hysterical if I wrote next to his thing on the board, and I didn't let the dark-sided in me win.
Good.
But I think it would have been
for the
hilarious.
best. It would have been very funny.
That would have been iconic and kind of just tracks the suit of who I am, I think. Missed opportunity. Maybe at the 30 I'll do it.
Yeah.
Still finding ways to bully my classmates.
Good.
All these years later.
You're the first person to call me a and I'll do it again, bitch.
You are a sorry. It's just the truth.
He sucks.
Yeah. So that was my weekend.
Nice.
And then we had a pool party for work on Sunday.
I didn't get an invite.
Well, I didn't know that we were inviting people that weren't coworkers until the person, you know who you are, and I don't think you listen to this pod unless you're on it, decided to invite their lover of a one night to the pool party and make it awkward for everyone.
Got another one, does he?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Girl, I know you don't listen to this podcast if you aren't on it.
True. So I'll just say something mean about you and test you. We haven't talked about Felicia in the last few podcasts because we've been doing a lot about interviews. Yeah. I haven't seen her in a while. Have you had a Felicia
in a while
sighting?
I should text her.
We should both text her. Oh, we went to Josh's birthday party and we all tried to call her we did not try. We all called her from our different phone numbers all around the same time. And she didn't answer no one's phone.
Oh, I hope she's not dead.
She responded to some group messages. She's alive.
Did Felicia fucking die and we didn't know?
I mean,
could you imagine?
Ophi would mummify her body.
I'm sure.
I wonder if Ophi listens to this podcast. This will be my way to know if she does. Ophi, if you listen to this podcast, would you mummify Felicia's body or would you eat it? Let us know.
Sound off in the comments. Oh, God.
Well, I think that was a good episode.
I think it was a good episode.
We had a lot to talk about.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Small Town Big Gays is hosted by Travis Gorell and me, Chance Smith. Our music is 1am by TYB. You can check out his music. Links are in the episode description. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at STBG Pod. Find us on Facebook if you're a Facebook person. Email us at smalltownbiggays@gmail.com. And for more shit from me, Chance, go to strangehavens.com.